Hi guys, this is Tina from Shabbydabbydoodah. Welcome back to my channel. So we are here for another one of our episodes. I think we're up to episode 4 now in our making junk journal stuffers, getting ahead, getting ready for 2024. And yeah, being ahead of the game with lots of junk journal fillers and stuffers all ready to go, which is going to obviously feel awesome once we come to kind of, have all these things ready made. So what are we going to be making today? Well, today I thought we would make just journal cards using, again, kind of scraps and offcuts. So, the focus this week really is, hopefully going to be using, scraps and offcuts and things like that, or, overspills from maybe kits and things that you've perhaps, you've been using for something else, all of those kinds of things. So some of the pages that I've got here are from, the last project that we did, the tags, and then I'm going to be mixing them with book pages. So what I've done, I've prepped these little book images. Now when I say prepped them, I may take some of them down slightly more because some, perhaps are too big. But I've also got these gorgeous book pages as well. So we might use some of these, and again, we'll just kind of like cut these down as we come to use them. And yeah, we're just going to pop them onto our decorative papers to make some pretty journal cards, and they're going to be, super quick and easy, because that's what we're focusing on this week is, making very easy, very quick kind of things. So that being said, I'm going to just start by not cutting, tearing my picture down. And the reason I'm tearing is just because, I quite like the look of that fuzzy edge that you get when you tear rather than cut. And yeah, I just think it's kind of a bit more of an interesting look, and, it's going to all kind of add to the finished effect of the cards that we're making. So I have got that picture left, but yeah, I'm going to actually bin something, would you believe? So this one, I'm going to just fold it in half because it would otherwise be quite a big picture. And actually, by folding it in half, I've got 2 pretty good size pieces for journal cards. So that's that one. Oops. What was that? Did I just tear that, or was that... Well, that's weird, isn't it? Oh, do you know, I must have had 2 pages together. What an idiot. Oh, I hope I didn't tear like a really, choice picture on the back. Oh, who knows, to be honest. Right, so let's just, go for that one. So again, just going to tear this down. I didn't even notice that. That's just so weird. I'm still not convinced that that is what happened, but anyway, I guess it must have been. So yeah, I mean, to be honest, sometimes, I don't know about you, but I've got all these book images and you forget to use them. So I think just making some really pretty journal cards with them is quite a good way to use some up. So let's just have a bit more of a look. Oh, see, now I'm coming to the point where everything's really nice. I hate it when you get these double-sided book pages and both sides contain really nice pictures, because it just makes it really, really, really difficult to actually, to choose a picture, doesn't it? So this one, just take that down. Okay. So I hope everyone's having a good week, and, you're maybe following along with the series and getting ahead, ready, prepped for 2024. Hopefully this is just going to prove a really useful little series that provides you with quite a few little ready-made things to pop into your pockets. And I did talk about this, previously, but, I just thought, well, actually, there's so many videos on making pockets and things like that. So I don't know about you guys, but I seem to spend most of my time making the pockets. I don't really spend so much of my time making the things to put in the pockets. So, I then come to, fill the journal, and I'm like, oh, now I've got to like make a whole bunch of stuff. So I thought this would be really useful. Okay, and I'm sure that I can't be the only person who's, who that's the case. I'm sure that I'm not alone. Okay, so I'm filming this ahead. I'm filming it obviously just before Christmas, so I think it's the 23rd today. I've kind of lost track. So I've been to the gym, come home, had a quick shower, put my onesie on. I mean, I've got clothes on underneath here, but yeah, I've got my onesie on. And everyone else is still asleep. So it's awesome. I love it. Love it when I come home and everyone's still asleep. And it doesn't happen very often, if I'm truthful. You know, normally by the time I get back, everyone's obviously well awake. So yeah, this was kind of a treat. And I thought, well, I'm going to quickly have my breakfast and just get filming straight away. So today got to be making Christmas desserts and things. So, oh no, not the Christmas desserts. No, that's not right. Shopping for the Christmas desserts. We're not going to be making them yet. That would be way too organised. Right, okay. So here, obviously I've got these. So what I'm going to do, I'm going to start with my smaller strips. So these are the strips left over from the previous video. So I just want to see whether these actually kind of like, you know, go at all colour wise, whether they fit size wise and things like that. So oops, I mean, that's quite nice. So again, I'm just going to cut this down, or slim this down, partly because I had already torn a big chunk out the side, but it also was quite wide for the strips. So like that. Okay. Then that just fits on there. And do you see how pretty that they look just on that slight, you know, decorative paper? It's just a really quick and easy way to, you know, make some journal cards, because obviously no effort required really. It's just gonna, yeah, I think take that down fractionally more. I'm gonna struggle to do this, aren't I? Oh, do you know, I'm going to regret this probably, but let's give it a try. Yeah, it's quite a quick and easy way to just kind of not update your pictures, because, you know, they don't necessarily need updating, but to use them in a slightly fun way, just putting them just literally on some coloured card. And then, of course, you could then decorate them up afterwards with, you know, little bits and bobs if you wanted. You could add stitching, you know, all of those kinds of things. They're all going to just add to the finish. So I'm going to like assembly line this like we have been doing this week. So just placing my pieces onto the paper, and then we'll kind of glue them all and cut them all, you know, all kind of in the same stages. So hopefully, you know, that's going to enable us to get a lot of things done in a very quick time. Got my little fan heater going. Now I've moved it. It used to be behind my desk, or, well, it didn't used to be, but I put it behind my desk more recently, you know, because I wanted to obviously really be feeling the benefit of it. And then I've had this allergic reaction thing, you know, to my eyes, and I know I've talked about this before. But yeah, the lovely Debbie, she did say it could be your fan heater. So because I'm still trying to eliminate what it actually is that's caused the, you know, the really sore skin around my eyes, I just think, well, if there's even the slightest, remotest possibility it could be the fan heater, I'd best steer clear, because, you know, it's not been really very nice. So I've moved the fan heater now back over the other side of the rim. I mean, it's not a very big rim, but yeah, I mean, it's just kind of now, it's not right on top of me where it was the other day. So, I mean, they look pretty, don't they? So I'm just going to put those to one side. Okie dokie, we've got this florally one. I mean, that looks quite nice on there. And I think that, let me just double check. Oh, maybe that one actually. Quite cute, isn't it? Just check that one. That's quite nice. Oh, this is a big decision. Right, let's just take this one. So, oh, I thought I'd been really efficient because I'd taken all the pictures and, you know, what I thought was cut them down to size, but yeah, turned out had not cut them down to size enough. So they're all needing coming down further. So, sorry about this. Oh, excuse me. Yeah, even the dog is still asleep, would you believe? So, I mean, normally, even if anyone else is, you know, by a miracle still asleep, of course, I'm not going to use this actually, because by the time I put the picture on, there'd be very little text actually showing. So I'm going to put that one to one side. Yeah, I mean, normally the second that I come in, that would, of course, wake her up. But yeah, she's actually still asleep as well, which is unbelievable. Right, just deciding. So this is my Paris bouquet papers, but yeah, I think they look very pretty with some of these images. So okay, and I mean, can you see how, you know, it's not necessarily the obvious choices, is it? You know, we are kind of like mixing it up a bit and going with, you know, less obvious choices really, aren't we? So yeah, I might have to take this one down slightly more. And so far, these are all quite big, so I might have to take a couple of the images down a little bit more because, again, if you've been watching the series, I talked about how, you know, I tend to make things quite big, and then, you know, sometimes I then come to fill a pocket and it's like, well, actually, that's way too big and it's, you know, it's not going to fit in any pocket. So, and, you know, that's fine. I just then would clip things in. But if we make some things a little bit smaller, then hopefully I'm going to have more chance of them actually fitting into the pockets and things in the first place. So isn't that a lovely picture? That was that one that I just, you know, cut in half or tore in half. Oh, I can't decide now. I mean, obviously some of these are going to complement the paper better than others. So yeah, I'm just going to take this down slightly. And if you like, you know, pretty book pages like this, I do have the book page bundles in my shop on my website from time to time. I don't know whether there's any on there at the moment, but, you know, do feel free to have a look on there, because I know that I did have quite a lot of the bundles ready made up, you know, the book page bundles ready made up, where you will get, you know, images similar to these. And I just, yeah, I don't know whether there's still any left, but do head over and have a look. This paper here, this one is from my Melrose Garden kit. So, right. I mean, I think those look quite pretty on there like that. Okay. And then, oh, decisions. So I've got this from my Regency collection papers, and I thought this might look quite good actually. So I might have to take this down slightly more. Like that. So tonight we're going for a, not casino night, but, you know, a sort of gambling night at my son's boyfriend's. Yeah, I've got one of those like mini roulette games, you know, just with a small roulette thing. So we're going to, you know, bet for pennies. So yeah, that's what we're doing tonight. So really looking forward to that. It's going to be really fun. So we're going with my daughter and, you know, both my sons and my sister Natalie and her son. So I mean, it should be really fun, but I'm thinking probably it will result in some sort of, you know, the children won't like it. You know, I don't mean my older children obviously, but my daughter and my sister's son, they'll probably cop one. You know, if they don't win and someone else wins all the time, they'll be copping one probably. So yeah, Oh dear, got a big chunk out of that. Oh dear, I've not made a very good job of tearing this very straight anyway, so this one's not looking too good. Oh well, let's just go for it anyway. So yeah, I don't know what's happened there with my wonky edge. Let's just take that down. Oh my goodness, that's awful. Let me go right in. Okay, and yeah, perhaps I'll just take it down here. And then obviously I've lost those nice torn edges, so you know what I can do is just rough them up a bit. Oops, rough them up a bit with my scissors like that. Okay, yeah, that looks quite pretty on there, doesn't it? Colour wise it's quite good. I'm wondering, maybe there. Yeah, maybe there, and I'll just have it slimmer. Or... oh, this is a tough one. I'm not sure now. Do you know, I might just take that down slightly smaller still, so as I can have more of that lovely background paper showing. Plus I've got rid of now that torn edge. Not that it really bothers me, to be honest. I quite like the torn edges, but let's make it quite a small one. Okay. I'll probably tear it again. Oh yeah, I have. Look. Rubbish. Absolutely rubbish. But it all adds to the character, doesn't it? So yeah, we'll just put that one there. Right, okay, so that's probably all I'm going to get on that one, because I'm doing it this way round. So just got one or two more. Got this again from the Regency papers, which, yeah, let's just take this one down a bit. Oh, it's so annoying. I've been awake since 3:30 this morning. So, yeah, I'm going to be like really tired tonight at the gambling night. It's really annoying. I mean, to be honest, we won't probably stay that late, probably till about 9 or something. Because we're kind of early birds, you know. I don't know about you guys, but I prefer to go to bed, you know, bed early and get up early than have like a rubbish day the next day. You know, that's just really annoying, isn't it? When you kind of like have a really rubbish day the next day because you're tired. I mean, I don't drink, so luckily I don't have hangovers. But otherwise I'm sure that would be an issue. So yeah. But I do prefer to go early, you know, go to bed early and then get up earlier. And I think as you get older, you know, it affects you more, doesn't it? So, I mean, like I say, I don't drink, but people who do, you know, friends of mine who do, it seems that they get more, you know, adverse effects from the alcohol the following day than they used to when they were young. So, I mean, who wants that, to be honest? You know, that just sounds miserable, doesn't it? So, yeah, I'd rather avoid that. Right, okay, let's take this one. Again, this is the Paris bouquet, and yeah, we could probably get these last 4 pictures on here. So again, just going to take this one down slightly. Like that. Chop it down slightly in height now. Might even take a little slither off the sky as well. What do you think? I mean, I quite like the sky, to be honest. It looks quite pretty on there, doesn't it? So perhaps I'll just leave it, yeah, like that, I think. So, yeah, okay. Oops, just judging how to get the best from my paper. So I might just take this down slightly. It's quite tall otherwise. Okay. Right, okay, so I've got all my bits, you know, all layered up now. So I'm just going to glue them all down. Just wipe my glue nozzles to make sure it's all clean and nice. My daughter, unfortunately, was here yesterday. I don't mean unfortunately she was here as in in the house. Unfortunately, she was here at my desk, which is, you know, is unfortunate, because she has now made a load of mess. I mean, don't get me wrong, it's not like my desk is not messy, but it's different because it's my mess. Nobody wants someone else coming in making a mess, do they? So yeah, I came in and she had all sorts of things out, and there's glue all over my scissors now. I don't even know what she'd been making, you know, but oh, it is annoying. I wish she wouldn't do things like that. But, you know, I mean, obviously, it looks a bit like an Aladdin's cave, I guess, to her. So she probably thinks, oh my goodness, you know, got to get in there and do some stuff. And, you know, to be fair, anything messy, I do always say, well, go in my room and do it, you know. If she's making anything, I just say, oh, go in my room and do it. You know, why are you mucking about doing it out here? So, of course, she's then done that, and now I'm moaning about it, but I think what I mean is, you know, go in my room, but don't touch anything of mine. And of course, you know, what happens is she sits down at the desk and then she's going to spot things. So, you know, the temptation that then would just be too great, wouldn't it? So, of course, she's going to then be touching things and doing stuff with my stuff, because, you know, what child wouldn't, after all? You know, it's like leaving the cake out, isn't it? You know, that clip with those children, and there's a big chunk of the cake missing, and I don't know whether it's the teacher or the mum or whoever it was who says, you know, who's been eating the cake? No, not me. And the child's got the chocolate cake all around their face, you know. It's a bit like that, isn't it? You can't really, I suppose, expect them to be here in this, you know, wonderful array of, you know, yumminess, and then still not actually touch anything. I mean, that's just not going to be realistic, is it, to be honest? So, yeah. Sorry, I was just trying to take my hair out from the ponytail that it had been in at the gym, because it's not very comfortable. Okay. Oh, I've done that a bit close to the edge, but I mean, again, it doesn't really matter, to be honest, but yeah, I probably would have done that over had I thought about it a bit more, but never mind. So just getting all of these just glued down nicely. And, you know, like I say, these are just going to make really fab, fast journal cards, you know, that you can just then grab and, you know, use with your projects, which, you know, they're just a really nice way to use your book pages, really. And like I said, any sort of overspills that you've got from, you know, other projects that you've been working on, you know, kits and things, it's a pretty good way to use things like that as well. So okie dokie. So yeah, so far I haven't really had a chance to you know, kind of work on the other bits that we had made. You know, I'd said, well, I might be able to do them in slow time. Well, I haven't so far, but I mean, I'm still optimistic. I'm still hoping that, you know, there might be a chance to do that, because I'd love to be able to, you know, get it all complete by the 1st of January. I mean, that would be awesome. Absolutely awesome. I mean, unlikely, but awesome if I did. So okie dokie. And this one. Yeah, I mean, this is just a little bit of a different sort of look, isn't it? By putting them on the pattern paper, because you're then, you know, not going with just a neutral background. You know, you've got then colours and, you know, patterns and things like that to sort of, you know, base your pieces on. So I just think it's quite a nice thing to do. I did make some of these a little while back, well, you know, quite recently, but not on video, and I think I used my damask papers, and oh my goodness, they looked gorgeous, absolutely gorgeous. And I think I used 1 or 2 in a journal. I used 1 or 2 in some junk journal mystery packs, you know, the mystery junk journal packs. Yeah, I'm not sure whether I've got any left or not. I'll have to have a look. But yeah, they were very, very pretty on the damask papers, it's got to be said. So, you know, like I say, I'm just using here these papers because I happen to have these laying around. They were actually just on the desk from other things. So I thought, well, actually, instead of rummaging around looking for things, I must start trying to actually just go with the flow, use what's, you know, what's actually in front of me. So, you know, I'm not saying these are necessarily the best matches. Oh, which side was I using? I was using that side. I nearly stuck it down the wrong way, would you believe? Yeah, I'm not saying these are necessarily even the best matches. You know, I possibly could have got better matches, but I'm trying to just be efficient and use what's here. So, you know, but yeah, if I was, you know, doing it sort of from scratch, I'd think about it a bit more and print off pages that I thought would really complement the pictures well. But because I'm trying to just do this quickly, and because I'm trying to be a bit scrap busty, so, you know, that would of course go against it, wouldn't it, to be printing them more stuff. So it's kind of a, you know, win-win here, because not only am I clearing stuff off the desk, I'm also not printing more things to put onto the desk, which is so easily done, isn't it? So, but yeah, like I say, I mean, possibly some of these pictures would look, you know, better maybe on the, you know, some alternative papers, but it's all fine. They're, you know, they're going to look good anyway by the time that we finish decorating them. So okie dokie. There we go. Okay, right, nearly done. Just got the lilac ones and the blue ones left to do, so we'll just very quickly do those. Oops. I mean, I don't really know what most of these paintings are, but, you know, maybe some of you would recognise them. They're obviously, you know, they're famous paintings, you know, from, I think these were from a UK book, you know, or it might be an English painter's book, I can't remember. But yeah, I don't think they're worldwide pictures, if you know what I mean. But who knows, maybe they are now famed or famous worldwide. I don't really know. I'm not very good with my art, I'm afraid. But I have got, you know, a few famous paintings books that I've used in recent times, you know, in videos and things. And to be honest, they are brilliant for things like this. So, you know, because very quickly you can put, you know, make them into journal cards and, you know, pieces to fill your pockets. So yeah, definitely they're quite good books to buy. And, you know, a variety of sizes. So, I mean, again, like I said, these are all quite biggish. But if you've got smaller pictures, they actually work really well as well. And it's great because you can then get a whole host of different size pieces. Now, let me just see what time I'm up to. I think I'm up to 29 minutes. So I'm just going to cut these out now, like journal cards. So again, not going to kind of overthink it. I'm just going to literally, you know, snip them down like that. Okay. There we go. Now these ones are white on the back, so all I will do is go over with my coffee dye, and just coffee dye the back of those. This has been printed on the back, so you know it's actually got a colour on the background anyway, so I don't really need to worry about this one. But if it didn't, I would just do the same again, you know, just go over with some coffee dye. Oh, that's not very straight, is it? Just gonna have to like cut this around because I suddenly noticed that the picture wasn't very straight. Oh dear, it's looking really wonky, to be honest. Anyway, it's fine. Right, this one I hadn't really noticed when I was gluing it down, but look what I've done. Kind of glued it, yeah, like up near there. So somewhere along the line I'm going to have a sort of chunk out of one of the frames. But what I'll do is, like, if I have it, oh no, I was going to say I will put a tab, but actually kind of the wrong end to have the tab being the bottom. Right, so what I might do is take this and give it a slimmer sort of frame around it. So like that. And then I think what I'll do is really rough the frame up so that that little chunk becomes almost like obsolete, or, you know, not noticeable, because it's going to be, you know, that's how it is it's got chunks missing from the frame all round. So it will then, you know, tie in and blend in much better, which will be, you know, much better. There you go. And yep, this one. So again, oh, I can hear Bo moving around. So for anyone who doesn't watch my channel, Bo, that's my dog. So yep, she's up now. Can't hear anybody else, but I can hear her. So, oh, there she is having a shake. Yeah, nobody else appears to be up, but she is. Right, so I might have to go and let her out in a minute, and I might just make a quick cup of tea, and then we'll come back and we'll kind of like finish some of these off. So just quickly trim that down. Okay, just going to take that in a bit on the edge. Then this one. Okay, and maybe just, yeah, down a bit on this edge. I mean, don't they look pretty with just those background pages? You know, decorative background pages. They really do look good, don't they? And like I say, any that are not, you know, double-sided, I will just then coffee dye. So, you know, they won't be stark white on the back. They'll have a more antique-y look on the back. So just take that one. So, and you know, like this one, I've cut it down so that the bottom is longer, you know, like sort of Polaroid-y style. So, I mean, you know, you can always do things like that as well to change the little, you know, details. You know, just have slimmer sides like that. Oops, I mean, that one's a bit too slim, but slimmer sides, and then, you know, a sort of bigger space at the bottom. And that looks gorgeous, doesn't it? Oh, I thought I was done then, but no, I've got one more sheet to go. And then I will go and let the dog out. And then we'll come back and we'll just decorate a couple up, or, you know, hopefully a few up. Just see how many we can do in the time left. So again, that one I'm quite liking with the, you know, narrow and then the longer bit at the bottom. So I'll just go like that, and then this one again, yeah, should we do that one similar? Okay, and just take that down at the top. Yeah, I think they're really nice like that, aren't they? With the, you know, longer bit at the bottom. Okay. Like that. Right. Oh, gosh, wonky, wonky. Very wonky at the bottom. Right, there we go. Oh, gosh, still quite wonky, to be honest. Okay, right, cup of tea time, I think. So hopefully that will get me back on the straight and narrow, so to speak, when I come back. Right, okay, I will be back in a minute. Okay, so I'm back, and yep, I'm armed with a cup of tea, so hopefully going to be a little bit better. Right, so we might round some corners, and again, you know, you can just vary how you do your corners. You know, you might want some rounded, some not. You might want them like this, where you've got rounded at the top, square at the bottom. You know, just mix them up so you've got a variety of different looks. So might just take, whoops, take this one round the corners, maybe all of them, just so we've got different looks. So I'll just do my corner rounding now. So again, sort of, you know, a bit assembly line-ish. And like I say, I'm not going to round the corners on all of them anyway, so we'll just, you know, vary it. So like that. Okay. And then perhaps a couple of these might look good with their corners rounded. Like that. Then, yeah, that one. Feels like it should have rounded corners. Don't know why, but yeah, just something about it is saying, oh, I need rounded corners. Maybe this one I will do, oops, rounding the corners like that. So just on the side. I quite like that look, and I haven't done that for a long time actually, so perhaps I will do that on a couple more. So that's my corner rounder. It's probably a bit full now, full of the bits. Yeah, maybe this one. Oops. Oh no. Oh, that's that one that I had the chomp bit out of. So yeah, what I'll do is just round those corners, and then, you know, we'll rough around the edges that will hopefully disguise that little notch missing. So right, pop that out the way. Okay, right. So like I say, I mean, a lot of these obviously need the backs coffee dyeing. So again, I like to just keep a cup of, you know, black coffee behind my desk, and then I can just grab a white and just go over the backs. And that's just, you know, quick and easy then. So I can just do the backs of all of them. So obviously I'm not going to have time to decorate all of these. So, oh, that one's, oh, those were the ones that were double-sided. So I'll just take a few of these. And just, yeah, coffee dye the backs like that. You know, I'm not even going to coffee dye the fronts, although, you know, I mean, you could. So yeah, just, I mean, I find coffee dyeing works fine after you've glued. Again, you know, you might want to test that out. Maybe it depends on the glue you're using. I mean, it's something that I've done for years, is, you know, quite often, you know, we'll just coffee dye something after it's been glued down. And I've never had a problem. But I guess some glues might not like it. But that Anita's tacky glue, in my experience, it's fine with it. So, you know, like there, I've gone right over the whole thing, even though it's been glued, and yeah, it should be fine. So I've never had a problem, at least. So there we go. So, you know, I mean, they're just flying through them. Like that. And obviously you wouldn't even have to coffee dye them. You could just, you know, distress ink them or anything. I mean, who knows? Maybe you don't mind them being white. But I think they do look prettier, you know, and benefit from being coffee dyed, really. You know, coffee dye preferable, distress inked. You know, if coffee dyeing's not really kind of, either not really your thing, or maybe you haven't got time to do it, or, you know, perhaps you run out of coffee, whatever, you know, then distress ink would be fine too. So, oh, and that one is double-sided. Right, now I haven't done those other couple where I rounded the corners, but we can do them a bit later on. So let's drag those back in, because they're not soggy with coffee at the moment. So we'll would just decorate these ones, you know, while the others are drying. So, right, let's have a look and see. Now, I have got a bunch of different bits. So I'm going to lay them out sort of assembly line-ish like we have been doing, so that hopefully I can do multiple, you know, multiple cards at the same time. Now, where is my distress ink? That's very annoying. Honestly, it was here, and like all these things, it's now disappeared the second that I actually come to need it. There's the blender. There's the actual ink. Oh, no idea. Right, okay. Oh, I'm so sorry. That's my phone. Hold on. Oh, sorry about that. So, yes. Right, now, it's going to be one of those days. Right. So, whilst I was on the phone, I was digging out some bits and pieces so that hopefully we can, you know, get on with this a little bit quicker. So, absolutely, like the simplest little things can make quite a big difference. So here, for example, I've just got a little butterfly, and I can just distress ink. Oops, I'm not making a good job of that. I didn't realise my distress ink was quite such a juicy one. Yeah, so I've obviously really discoloured that picture, but never mind. But yeah, just again to show you, you know, I think we talked about this in the previous video, or one of these videos in this series, about, you know, very small details can make such a massive difference. So this, I mean, it's just on the, you know, on the coloured paper, and then we've just got, you know, this butterfly, which can just go down the bottom. I have got this from my fairy tale words, so whoever the shoe shall fit, or whoever shall fit this shoe, which we could just pop on there. So, you know, absolutely simple, but just makes, you know, quite a difference really to the overall look of the card. So we just pop that one in there, and then I'll just see, also got some little scraps, so we could just have a little scrap of lace coming out there, and we can just pop that down. Again, just complete overkill here, but I'm using the hot glue obviously to clamp the lace down. So like that. How gorgeous does that look? I've also got some sari silk here, which we could even finish it off with some sari silk, although I've probably mucked it up by putting that over there. But anyway, I mean, doesn't that look like a pretty little journal card now? And it just took nothing to make that. This one, I dug out, again, some of my framed pieces, and I had the leftovers that had not been used, you know, in their frames. I'd used the inner part of the image and not the frame. So this one I haven't coffee dyed, so I'm just going to distress ink it on the back. It's, you know, it's fine. I mean, obviously the coffee dye, you know, makes a better finish because I'm not the best inker in the world, but especially when my ink pad's really juicy, because it's very noticeable where I'm blobbing it, but never mind, it looks okay. So yeah, we've got the frames. I just then take those, one, and then this one, like that. So we can glue those down, and then this here, again from my fairy tale words, they live happily ever after, you know, could just have that there. So again, really super simple things that just finish it off really nicely. So, you know, I mean, obviously you could just use, you know, the book image on its own. I mean, especially these ones, because as it happens, they were actually plain, you know, plain on the back. So you could have journaled on the back of them and everything. Oops, that's wet. Oh dear. That had coffee dye on it, so don't seem to have another wipe handy. I'm sure I've got one laying around somewhere. Hold on, let me just grab this one. Oops. Right, so like that. But, you know, because we've married these up with, you know, decorative background papers, that's where the interest comes from. Because obviously, like now, by just adding very, very simple pieces, i.e. just these corners, we're able to tie in the colours of the background page. I mean, I realise that that's green and, you know, the background page is blue, but they've got the same, you know, underlying tones, haven't they? So, you know, it really does work really well. And how gorgeous, oops, how gorgeous is that as a journal card? And like I said, you could even stitch around these. I haven't stitched around mine purely really because I'm quite tight on time to try and get my series filmed. But obviously, you could have stitched around it, which would have been, you know, more kind of detail again. So, you know, we've just added literally 3 elements and done. You know, looks gorgeous, doesn't it? So let's take this one. Again, just need to... Oh no, why do I keep forgetting how juicy this pad is? Because look at the state of that corner now. Oh dear, never mind. I'm sure it's fine, but yeah, I wish that I would remember how juicy this pad is, because that's just very, very dark, isn't it? Oh, it doesn't really matter. So yeah, I mean, it is what it is. So we'll just ink around the front. Okay, like that. So, yep, this one, we could have a flower for a contrast. Got some labels and things here. I've just got sort of a bunch of die cut pieces here, really, that I just thought, you know, I might be able to use on here. So, again, I mean, the butterflies I always think are just brilliant. Just that. I mean, simplicity at its best, isn't it? So just a little book plate piece. I think this is just from one of my perfect pocket packs, and you can just pop that down in the center like that. Again, we'll just use that butterfly as a sort of, you know, it's not as a tab, but as a sort of topper anyway. So again, just glue that down here like that. Okay, like that. I mean, how gorgeous does that look? Absolutely lovely, doesn't it? And again, you know, imagine if that was stitched around, it would look, you know, even prettier. So I mean, the stitching, you know, if you've got time, I would say the stitching probably is, you know, a worthwhile time investment. Because it will, you know, will look very pretty. But, you know, if you haven't, then I think you can still make them look lovely anyway. So this one, just ink around those edges. Okay. Like that. Okay, now I've got some sari silk. I've got the pink one. That's not really the right colour, is it? Got some ribbon. So we could even just do like a ribbon with a buckle. So let me just take one of these. I love using the buckles. They're so pretty, aren't they? Like that. Now, do we want it down the side or down across the bottom? Across the bottom, I think. So, and I just glue these on normally with hot glue. So run across there and just glue that down like that. How gorgeous does that look? So lovely, isn't it? And just snip that out. Oops. Picked up a lot of glue from my desk, unfortunately, which, you know, doesn't probably look the best, but oops. Oh, where my daughter's mucked about with my scissors, they're completely blunt now, so... Oh. Oh, she's so annoying. Honestly, and while I stopped the camera, you know, to take the dog out, I said to her, you know, have you used my scissors? You know, she didn't really care. I said, this is my actual work, you know, do you mind not doing things like that? And she was just like, oh, we'll just pick it off. I said, I haven't got time to be now picking the glue off. Oh, how moany am I? Right, which label do we like the look of? I mean, they're quite different, aren't they, to be honest? Yeah, let's go for this one. So again, just pop that down there. This is just a label from my labels set 1. Just pop that down. In fact, maybe even going over the frame a little bit, like that. And then have I got any butterflies or anything that we might add to this? Yeah, I mean, I don't know really whether it needs a butterfly, but let's pop it on there, shall we? Just for some added interest. So just pop that down there. Oops. Oh gosh, come on. I like to leave the wings flapping whenever I can, so how pretty does that look? Absolutely gorgeous, isn't it? So let's do a couple more. So we'll do these ones. Yeah, let's ink these up a bit. I haven't roughed the edges up, but that's another, you know, another thing that you could do to add a bit of, you know, variety and interest, is go around with your scissors and, you know, rough the edges up. And that would give quite a different look, to be honest. So, you know, all of these things using just the same materials, you know, i.e. we've just used the book pages and some pattern paper, but just very small tweaks, and you can get really quite different looks, I think. Okay, so, oh, nearly put it over her face. What was I thinking? No, not that. Did bring along that big butterfly, because yeah, probably not that. Oh, I also had a shoe which, as you can see, had got, you know, sucked off by my printer, so it, you know, sucked through and then just went off, you know, the wrong direction. Oh, that's really nice, isn't it? So yeah, let's pop that down there. Okay, like that, and then just pop that down. Are you okay, sweetie? What's up, darling? Is everything okay?
Yeah.
Yeah? Is your brother up now?
Yeah.
Right. Oh! Oh! These blooming scissors, I will tell her off when we're finished. It's so annoying. Yeah, I mean, yeah, definitely not the best. I mean, they're probably okay still with paper, but obviously they really are past their best now with fabric. So, right, now I've just got some of my little ribbon pieces. So I'm just thinking perhaps we could have a wax seal or something. I mean, you know, I'm not even saying that that's the best colour match, but it still looks quite good, doesn't it? To be honest. So let's just pop this down to the side like that. Okay. Right, let me just check whether I've got some other wax seals, because I have done a lot recently. But yeah, one that maybe is a better sort of colour match. What do we think? That's probably a bit dark, but having said that, I think maybe it needs the contrast. So yeah, perhaps we'll use this one. Okay. Very pretty. And yeah, shall we see if we want to have a label or anything on here as well? This looks like I've been here before with these scissors, doesn't it? That label. It's a bit chomped up, chewed up. So yeah, maybe that one there. Again, just using the hot glue because it's going over the fabric, so you know, it just enables it to glue without me having to keep pressing it. So there we go. You know, just keeping the embellishments very simple so that we can get through lots in a, you know, in a quick time. So you know, obviously you could make them way more fussy than this, but it's obviously going to all, you know, take a lot more time to actually decorate them. So, you know, if you're pressured for time, or, you know, you're trying to get quite a lot made, then probably you want to just kind of, you know, keep your embellishments to a minimum, really. So this is that one with that corner missing. So what we could do is have the flower down there. Again, just ink that portion that's going to be hanging off like that. And then let's just see. Could have the little label at the top. That's quite pretty, isn't it? And let's just check. That's probably an overdose of labels, but I mean, strangely, I just think sometimes actually things like that work quite well, don't they? When you've got, you know, layer upon layer of things, because it does add interest, doesn't it? So let's just pop that one down. Like that. Okay. Oops. Right. I'm not sure how long I've been filming for now, because I've stopped the camera a couple of times, but I think I'm probably still within the hour, so hopefully we're kind of okay. Because I'm aware that, you know, especially the first video, I think it was really quite long. So yeah, I do apologise for that, but sometimes you're just in the zone, aren't you? And it's hard to stop. Okay. So yeah, and we've successfully covered up that little, you know, the notch that we have missing. So we've eliminated that little blip like that just by covering it up. So okay, right, we'll just do one or two more. So in fact we'll do these ones, because these are very different colors. So actually we'll do this one. So again, just going to ink around the edges. So, but I mean, look at how quick these are coming together. I mean, I've been filming for, I mean, let's call it nearly an hour. You know, I've obviously backed loads. I mean, we will have a count up before we finish the video. But, you know, I've got loads now left to finish off. And because they're really not taking too long to finish, you know, they're going to be done in sort of no time, aren't they? So, which is great. Absolutely great. Okay. Right, there we go. So we'll put these two down. And now what did I do with that great big pink flower? I don't think I used it. What did I do with it? Weird, because I can't actually see it anywhere now. I mean, I have got those stitch labels, which we did earlier on, you know, in the year, kind of like a few months ago. So could take one of those. I could just have that there. Looks quite good, doesn't it? So again, just ink that up. Oh, even on there. So just ink that. There. There or there? Oh, or we could have it like that. And then I wonder whether we could have... I mean, that's quite cute, isn't it? Yeah, looks very pretty. So... like that. Oh, my glue's not coming out properly either, so yeah, should we blame my daughter? It might not have even been her, but hey, blamed her for the scissors. I mean, that was her, to be fair. The scissors were definitely her, but yeah. Oh, let's blame her for the glue as well, shall we? Surprised she's not heard me and come in saying, oh, it wasn't me with the scissors. She wants me to straighten her hair today. I said, well, I'm not sure whether there's going to be time, if I'm truthful, but she wants it straightened before we go to our, you know, our gambling night tonight. So, oh, maybe that one actually. But yeah, I mean, it's not the easiest hair to straighten. I mean, it takes quite a long time, so I'm not sure, you know, whether there will be time, but I said, well, we'll see. If there's time, I'll do it. If there's not, then I won't be able to, but maybe on Christmas Day. Well, I'd do it on Christmas Eve, so as it was done for Christmas Day, because, I mean, obviously, no child wants to be sat on Christmas Day having their hair straightened, do they? But she got her straighteners for Christmas last year or maybe the year before. But we haven't really used them very often because, you know, she can't really be bothered. Yeah, her and I can't really be bothered to do it. But she does like it when it's done. Just like wondering if we could just chop a little bit off. Oh my goodness, I forgot about my blunt scissors. Why did I forget that? Oh. Yeah, I mean, we could just have that up there, to be honest. So, oops. Let's just pop that down. Okay, like that. Okay, looking good, looking good, looking good. So that's that one. Okay, last one that we're probably going to decorate up together. And then I'll have to do the rest, you know, again in slow time. So yeah, I've got things mounting up. So to be honest, it's probably highly unlikely that I'm going to actually get these, you know, finished before the end of the series, because I've been hoping I'm going to film the rest of it tomorrow on Christmas Eve. So yeah, I don't know when I actually think I'm going to decorate these things. I've just got one of my little paper ruffles there, you know, which again is just another little different look, isn't it? So we could just have one of those on there like that. That looks very pretty. And then, I mean, could maybe even edge that with a bow. That looks pretty, doesn't it? So yeah, let's just ink around that. Okie dokie. Actually, I'm just going to glue this on with the hot glue. Like that. And then, you know, this is not really necessary, but again, just going to do it with the hot glue. Like that. Okay. And then I'm thinking maybe at the top, what did I do with that other little bit of the, with the lace that I just cut in half. Well, that's really super weird, isn't it? I can't see it anywhere now. What on earth did I do with that? Oh, just too weird. I mean, literally, it was just now. How could that have disappeared already? I mean, oh, there it is. Anything is possible. I'm like, oh no, that's a different piece. Like, yeah, different piece altogether. So I'm thinking, you know, maybe something like that on there. It's quite pretty. Maybe then have and that's kind of quite nice, isn't it? Probably a bit weird, but let's just have a look. Oh, once upon a time. So again, these are my little fairy tale words, which I often forget to use these, and I do really, really like them. And I just always think they kind of like are fitting for everything, aren't they? I mean, you know, this once upon a time, that just goes with that picture, doesn't it? So yeah, I just think they're one of those cute little things that just goes everywhere, a bit like a butterfly. So right, just wondering if I could have it that way round, or maybe I could have it like that, or shall I just have just the word? I mean, I do like this, but then there's something a bit strange that I don't like. Oh, do you know, let's just go for it. So it's another thing off of the desk then, isn't it? So And that's the mission here, isn't it? You know, clear quite a few things, get quite a few things made, and then it's all really a like win-win, isn't it? Okay, so again, just going to use now the hot glue. Because it's going over the top of the fabric. So there we go. How gorgeous is that? Looks lovely, doesn't it? So I am aware that obviously my time's ticking by, so let's just check the ones that we have made so far. So, and we'll also count up how many, you know, how many we've got left to do. So we have made completely, so complete finished articles we've done. Let's move this out of the way. Oops. Right, complete finished articles we have done 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. So we've made 8 altogether, completely finished. And we've got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13 left to make. So I mean, we really have been, you know, pretty productive, haven't we? Just, you know, in the space of that hour, we've got 13 left to make or decorate, and we've made a complete 8 there altogether. So yeah, I really hope that you like them. Hopefully you feel inspired to make some similar things for your journals using your book pages. And yeah, hope that you had fun, and we shall come back tomorrow for, I think we're up to episode 5 of our, you know, making some quick and easy junk journal fillers and junk journal stuffers, you know, things to put in your pockets of your journals. So yeah, I hope you'll join me tomorrow, and everyone have a great day, and thank you so much for watching. I will see you guys tomorrow. Thanks then. Bye.